and the next Bleak. Yeah, Bleak fishing and then Zander fishing. So first get Baitfish and then go for Zander. In yesterday's video, I was after Zander with artificial lures, and today it's time again with Bleak, so with Baitfish for Zander. Yeah, as already said in yesterday's video, of course you can also catch Zander here at the Volkhov really well, and that with Baitfish, and I'll test that right now. It's just about 6 o'clock in the evening, which means I'll start testing a bit during the night, although there's of course the risk that catfish might bite here too. But at the latest, in the early morning hours, the Zander has to come in then, and we'll see if we can maybe catch a really nice big Zander, because Zander fishing is worth it. What's also worth it, by the way, is Bleak fishing itself. I've been here just a few minutes. Yeah, look here, 10 minutes at the spot, and that's already 6, 12, 19 Bleak. I can't convert all of them into baitfish, of course, but there are enough baitfish to test things a bit right away. And in general, you can also, let's just put the setup down for a moment. In general, you can also make quite good cash with Bleak because there are regularly cafe orders for Bleak, and most of the time, even 2 cafe orders, one for small Bleak and one for big Bleak. And now let's check it real quick. Just selected the Bleak, and now, in these 10 minutes, that's already 46 silver. So even if you just sold them like that, it would already be worth it, just simply to fish for Bleak here. And you can surely optimize that a bit more. I'm standing here right now with a light rod. You can just stand here with a telescopic rod with the first simple bolognese, whatever. A very light, simple setup is absolutely enough for Bleak fishing. But what makes this setup special now isn't that it's a light setup or a special reel. The special thing here in this case is the line. I'm using microbraid again, the thinnest line in the game. 0.04 millimeter, really thin, really good. And as always, for Bleak fishing, only 18 centimeters depth. I've now chosen a size 20 hook because I tend to want baitfish. If I were more after trophies, I'd maybe go for a size 18 hook. But since I want fish between 40 and 70 grams, if we press in and scroll down to the baitfish and then click away the Bleak that's already automatically in there, we can see the display, so 40 to 70 grams. And then we see those are the Bleak I can already process, about 8 pieces. So about half of what I've caught now are already in the right size range, and the others, I'll just sell them. So now I'll head off to go Zander fishing, and maybe a cafe order for Bleak will come in over time. That's it for this part for now. Hoppala. I'm still pulling out a few more Bleak here, and I'd say as soon as it gets slightly darker, though it already is, right? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, yeah, I'll get going soon and head to the spot. Then we'll just try for Zander. And again, same spot. Just head over to the island, run across the bridge, and then to the absolute classic spot, 7100. And then we'll stand here like this and cast out gently. I'd say cast a bit over here because we can see it down on the mini-map. Down there in that direction, there's the 6.5 meter hole, or that area, exactly. So we'll cast in there. Now, of course, I'll set up my baitfish rig. I was just thinking, maybe I'll do it on the feeder rods. That's also possible. The feeder rods have enough strength, but since I have to expect a bit of catfish, maybe we'll start a bit heavier. So baitfish setup, I'm only using a 27 kilogram leader. That has to be enough. Pike can also bite. Always keep that in mind. 4 auger hooks. Those are the hooks with the highest strength. And I haven't even made Bleak bait yet. I'll do that now. So let's go. Make a few Bleak. And that might already be the last one. And yes, that's the last one. Perfect. So the Bleak are now ready, and now we've got them. Equip the Bleak, and in this case I'd say, should I use a clip? No, I won't. I'll just cast without a clip, just roughly by distance. I'd say about half power, that's around 40 meters. So cast gently, drag can stay as it is. And now I'll set up the other rods the same way. The third rod, also cast loosely. Yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with the distance. And now, of course, it's time to wait and see what happens. There can always be those pseudo bites because the bleak still swims a bit actively, even though it's a dead bait fish. The bleak is still alive in the game. So if you don't want to lift the rod all the time, just check now and then. The text is already shaking. That means we actually already have a bite, and that looks really good. That's the kind of bite we want, probably something a bit bigger. But the first small Zander is already here. That's good. That's already a good sign. Maybe my 8 bleak won't even be enough, but for showing, that's totally fine. There can always be perch biting too, that's also an option, and they can keep eating our good expensive bait fish. That's not great. But, Zach, there's already the next bite. I think the bleak really performs nicely. Maybe I'll bring my old bleak into the house or something. I rarely use the old spoiled bleak. Casting a bit further now, and here we go again. Look, that's already something bigger. Yeah, could be a big Zander, but could also be the first catfish. It's 8 o'clock, and last time when I fished with artificial lures here, I already had catfish in this water. So catfish bite every now and then, but this one's pulling nicely on the 27 kilogram setup. Ah, look, a beautiful Zander over 4 kilograms. That's really worth it. Brings in good cash too. Not bad for happy hour either. You can really do well here. Yeah, that's how it should be. I'm already thinking about whether I should use a frog if the Zander would take the frog too. In real life, that's possible, right? Wouldn't even be unrealistic. But here in the game, maybe I'll just cast it once later. So casting again. What's up with this one? Ah, look, something was on it the whole time and didn't even trigger. That's why you really have to check often. The bait fish swim around, loosening the line a bit, and if a small fish bites that doesn't make much movement, you won't even notice it, right? That's why this flickering here, that still exists, is quite handy. I'd find it really nice if RF4 added a proper bite indicator, because these bites, well, in real life you'd notice them. And there's already one down there. So yeah, that would actually be pretty useful if you could also see that somewhere in the inventory, like, zap, there's a bite. That wouldn't be bad at all, right? Well, let's see. Maybe that'll change someday. For now, I have to say, I'm quite satisfied. Damn, a fat perch. Could easily be a trophy too. Continuing here with the bleak, I hope I still have a few left. I actually wanted to wait for the morning hours, but it seems like I'm burning through my bleak at a crazy pace right now. And on we go. Yeah, decent weight. Let's see how it continues. Ah, there's another perch. So straight back out, cast gently. And let's see, do we have something on here? Or here? Yeah, there's already something on here, probably another small perch. But looks fine, and you can surely do well like this. But you should really fill your bags first. Maybe spend 2 full days fishing for bleak. At night, you can't catch bleak, unfortunately. Otherwise, you could balance it out, catching bait fish at night and then going for Zander in the morning hours, or testing how it works during the day. Maybe around 11 o'clock midday, you can start fishing for bleak again, then until about 3 o'clock, catch new bleak, and then for the evening and morning hours, be active with Zander and baitfish again. So here on the frog, the first bite, and I'll cast another frog now. Maybe only the pike are biting, could well be. Yeah, what do we have on the frog? I'm curious. And it's a perch. Okay, but for that, the frogs are honestly too valuable and too rare for a simple perch. No need to waste a frog for that, right? So now it's finally a bit quiet. Insane, bam, 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 one fish after another, within just 5 minutes, 9 fish. So a very, very good frequency. Also a big Zander among them, a 4 kilogram Zander. That's surely worth quite a bit too. If more of those come in, then the whole effort with bleak fishing is really worth it. Plus, as I said, you can also sell the bleak or keep them for cafe orders. That also brings in really good cash. So get going and just try Zander with baitfish. If you like this, leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate that. And see you in the next video. Tight lines.